Yes, Henry Pinkle from Los Angeles, California. All of this can be your dream come true. Bicycles, blenders, cars, computers, dishes, dolls, games, microwaves, stereos, televisions, toaster ovens, telephones, VCRs. All of these prizes you get to take home with you. Yes, it's a dream come true. Here on my show, if you have a dream, any dream at all, I can make it come
show, Dr. Fox has reached into the very bowels of Hypercube's inorgasmic power core to supply the viewers with all the politically correct and formatively aligned opinions that they have been begging to have crammed down their throats. It's a pile and nougat sandwich of fun-otainment squirting through the spaces in between our teeth onto your tongue. Stand by for time for the show! Broadcasting inside of a broom closet half a mile down beneath what is the very pitiable part of the Earth's crust. This is Time for the Show. I'm your host and Cosmac Commandor. More on that later. With Time for the Show, it's me, Dr. Fox. I'm your buddy. Here we go. It's a great time. You're having a good time. I'm sitting here just having, everything's good, everything's nice and fun. It's a time where we can get together and we all go, yeah, it's the show. It's time for the show. And I did stuff today. I'll tell you more about that later. First off, though, here's what we got rolling out of the gates for you this week on Time for the Show. Got a blind eye for you, We're going to talk about the end of the world. It's coming. And then we're also going to talk about censorship. In fact, tonight's music selections are all songs that have been listed as one of the filthy 15 songs that were put on a list and taken before Congress in 1985 by this wonderful group of friendly neighborhood watchdogs, the Parents Music Resource Center, founded by Tipper Gore. And she ties into a lot of what we got going on tonight as well. So big man bad, music good. I want some more of that music. Do you think I can have some? And they're all like, nah, we don't think you should have that. And I'm like, well, I want it. I think I deserve it. It should belong to me. I'm paying for it. I can do whatever I want with it. And they're like, well, we don't want you to have it. We don't want you to have it. And so they settled on putting stickers on labels on top of albums. And that's thank your local neighborhood thought police for tonight's episode of Time for the Show. Now, there's a couple of artists on here, and as anybody knows, when it comes to music, I'm about as diverse as a pack of Tic Tacs tropical flavor. There's 2 or 3 different kinds in there. I like 2 of them. One of them I like the most. And then you're like, well, there are other flavors of Tic Tacs too. And I'm like, I don't care. You enjoy those. So I was looking at the list earlier, and I had to pick out which songs that I was going to play throughout the interstitials and the breaks and needing to just go break down and cry. The number 1 song on the Filthy 15 list was Prince with the song Darling Nikki. But I didn't want to play that one. So I just moved on because I'm not a huge Prince fan. You know, you do it. You think he's so great. Ruffled shirts, shine shoes. He can play basketball. He's pretty good at the basketball. But other than that, not interested. The next song on the list, though, was Sheena Easton with Sugar Walls. And I heard 10 seconds of this song, and I said, absolutely, that's what will kick this garbage pile, heaping flame of garbage and soot. Yeah. We're just going to roll it on out the gate. So here you go. Here's Sheena Easton with Sugar Walls. Blind Eyes when we come back. Time for the show. It's time for the show. I'm sitting inside of a large tin can. You can hear my voice reverberating off of the ripples in the can. Those are there to keep the coffee grounds from sticking together. And now I'm in the voice chat. It seems Reverend Dr. Mr. King of Space Peas. Peas has made it on. Hello, Peas. Are you there? It's great to hear from you. Hold on. Where did I put that robot? I have a robot, Peas. You have to say something, so you have to distract everybody. Like I should have brought the robot Peas.
Is this on?
Hello, is Peas? Is that you?
Yeah, my name is Peas. I'm here to apologize for everything.
That's great, but you know, we have a long show to go before you start apologizing. But keep, like I was saying, entertain the thoughts of what you might apologize on later, and that will allow me to load the Peas robot. Go ahead, Peas.
Well, I thought tonight we could really just have more of a serious time for the show where everyone just stares in silence at microphones that are literally live and broadcasting around the world, and we just stare at them in perfect silence and contemplate the sound of one fan clapping.
I thought that joke would be funnier.
Thank you, Peas. Wow. And I was getting all excited. I was going to talk to him about, the stuff that was relevant to like the song and the song choice. But now he's going to be all mad and he's going to be angry because I didn't see him in the chat because I'm over here doing the show. And he sneaks up on me. You slippery eel, you. Peas. God, you're just so greasy. I just want to take my fingers and ride them alongside the back of your neck where those gill slits are. Just kind of get the bottom of my nail tissue. Just trim my fingernails far enough back that enough exposed membrane underneath is going to mix in with the juices under your gill slits. Because the way that it feels as it goes in between all of the breaks in my skin, pulling all of the meat and sinew off of the bones, it slides in. It lubricates as it administers copious amounts of pain. It just keeps it. It's just a steady pain ride with your exposed fingertips in your eel gill slits. Nothing? Nothing? Wow. Just gonna hold it off on me. Sometimes, Peas, you're just so gosh darn handsome the way that you and that hat, that round fedora hat that you wear, like some sort of, you're like the Irish equivalent to the Mexican stereotype, like a Speedy Gonzales cartoon. You're just what is an Irishman? Oh, he's a big alcoholic slumped up against a wall with his hat in his eyes. Okay, any other descriptions? Well, if they're awake, that's about it. You can obviously tell when they're awake because you can hear them. That's why they're on an entire island to themselves, Peas, is because everyone else could hear them when they weren't slumped over and drunk with their hats in their eyes. It's a shameful way to be. It's okay, I can say I'm not Irish, I'm not of Irish descent, but it seems to be cool enough. I can say it. I dare to. Come get me, IRA. We'll start, calling on them instead of ISIS for blind eye segments. We'll just entertain the ideas of, terrorist groups that, let's go with the white terrorist groups for a little bit. Give them a shout out. ISIS was getting all this big free press on time for the show. And look at what they did. They didn't do anything. They petered out. No good. That's just depressing. Now what am I supposed to do? I have to have, this week's top 10 terrorist organizations? Do you have any idea, aggregating the criteria for that, how mind-numbing that's going to be? Are we talking field kills? Are we talking claim deaths? I mean, what property damage? Does that even equate? We can't just rank them. I'm not the government. I don't do that. Because all terrorist organizations should be treated equally. Be progressive about it.
Preach.
Peas. I'm denigrating a race, Peas. I guess he's going to eat dinner, but I don't hear him eating it. So if he's doing that, he's not doing a good job of it. Just a big bowl of potato soup, just mashed in, just potatoes and spit, and some corn. Corn, that's native to Ireland. Did you know that? It's not. If you say it like I just did, you can make it sound like a fact. It sounds true enough, especially when he said it. Maybe that's the skill I just need to start capitalizing on. I just need to do more and more and more and more and all of it and all of it and all of it. Don't you agree, Peas?
Don't start out like you just came from this strip club.
Yeah, I know, but it's not that I came from the strip club. It's that I came in the strip club. And then I left. And it's part of the story. It's not a fake story that I would make up after a cue. No, it's a true situation. It's gainful employment, Peas. And if you stop while you're going through there and you're shopping their wares and, asking them, hey, when does a time on the pole open up? I've got a gym bag with me. That's business, Peas. And you can talk about that at any time.
I think I've nailed it.
That's great. Just put it in your pipe and smoke it, Peas. You have nailed live radio entertainment to a P. Get it? It's a joke based on your name. It's clever. Oh, man, this is going well. What was the next song I had up? All right, so I don't listen to a lot of music, but these guys, another one, I knew these guys. And this song is on the Lyrical Content Advisory from the PMRC for sex and violence. So write it out. Here's some Motley Crue. Well, yeah, it's Motley Crue with 20th Century Man. We'll be right back. Tickety Tank Talk, time for the show. Dr. Fox here on the big ol' desk of, lies, a desk of lies, and discontinued ideas. Things are being abandoned. Abandoned show, everybody. Where's my klaxon sound effect? I guess, I don't know, wait. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Showdown, everybody. In the studio, we have Reverend Caller 23, as well as other floating entities if they choose to get on microphones. But I was just about to go over my blind eye for the week. Now, if you weren't paying attention to the past 18 months, the blind eye segment is where we're going to list out people that if something terrible was to happen to them, say blown up by the IRA, you know, and then Shakira makes a music video about it, we're not going to say anything, at least until next week's show. So they get like a free pass for a week. So if you're listening out there, you know, ISIS wannabes, this isn't a call to action. We're not telling you to do this. We're just saying if you do it, I'm not going to give you shit for a week. And this week, this one's one I totally agreed on from my wife. But it's, when you're driving a car and you come to like a place where you're supposed to bring your car to a full and complete stop. Sometimes there's a sign. Sometimes there's a light. Sometimes there's, a break in the ground and you realize that the hell spawn is creeping forth towards you from the break in the earth. And it's not because you took a whole bunch of mushrooms and then decided to drive through a fire in California, which is anywhere in California. And now you have to stop. And instead of, you can fuck up. You can fuck up and you can pull over that line. Your front wheels are easily 2 car lengths ahead of where you should have been. And you're blocking traffic. You have endangered pedestrians. But at least you're not that guy that stopped 8 feet away from the line. Way at the back.
Then they're on their phone.
Yeah, and checking in, live blogging. Sup, guys, in traffic here, at a light. They're applying their lipstick in their phone camera onto it. And the window's halfway rolled down, so whatever it is that they're smoking in there, just makes this obnoxious. Yeah, it's probably just aerosol. They're probably just huffing cans of aerosol. And they stopped. And think about it, that light, in between the time it's going to take this idiot to see this light change and the time that it's going to take for him to get through that light and intersection, you're already like 3 cars behind now. And you're going to wait for the next pass. Because you know they're watching. They're going to get you. Whatever. He didn't pull up to the line. You're over it. So blind eye to that guy.
To the guy that doesn't pull all the way up.
Pull up to the line. Pull up to the goddamned line. What, did you have one?
Actually, we've got another robot in the studio here that has one.
Hello.
Make sure to speak into the microphone.
Directly in, yeah.
Can I yell at it?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Who's your blind eye?
Who is your blind eye?
It's not a who. It's a what.
What?
I think my blind eye is WH.
WH. What's that? Oh.
Like wheat thins.
Like real wheat thins.
What? Like, I can say we. Can you hear that? We.
And at the end of the wheat.
And what about wheat thins? I mean, honestly, does anybody pronounce that W?
Everybody is working for the wheat end.
H. I mean,
wheat.
That just really, really, really grinds my gears.
Is that so?
That's the whole of it.
That's it.
Well, if ISIS can fly a plane into the mispronunciation of, what do they call that? A phonic? Then I think they should. ISIS, in fact, destroy all phonics. Well, really just the aggravating ones, like Will Wheaton.
I mean, I just see it, and I wish I was blind.
Wheat.
Wheat.
Cool
things.
wheat.
Cool whip.
Any prefixes you got on your list?
It's there's
just maybe a consonant.
Yeah, in the South, there's a lot of things. I actually do that. I don't care. I do it to be a jerk a lot of times. Like, I'll be like, I'm in Chicago. Like, you put an extra R in places that it's not supposed to be.
On the
and they're okay with
stone.
It's okay with like Chicago or whatever. And putting an R in is actually a lot of fun for a lot of words. But yeah, they hate it when you say Illinois. Illinois.
I
said it.
From Illinois way.
Anyway,
that's authentic.
Yeah. You know who my blind eye is?
No.
People who...
Good start.
Who, like, they're in a photograph and they give, like, the thumbs up symbol in the photograph. You never look good doing that. You never look good. You're going to ruin the whole picture by doing that thumbs up. Forever. Like, no one, I'm telling you now, everyone listening, never thumbs up in a picture because it ends up looking horrible.
I'll make sure to thumbs down.
Sad face emoji.
Install that thumbs down. You can get your thumbs down icons at timefortheshow.com. Our next censored music tonight, or at least just, on the bridge to it. Here's Motley Crue with 20th Century Man. Again, this is the remix. You're listening to Time for the Show. Same thing as Time for the Show. That was Motley Crue with their hit song Black Sabbath from the Judas Priest album. This year...
Good stuff.
It's the classics. We can call them that now because it's been long enough. We can call them classics because I remember when my dad liked hating this song.
Yes.
They're the first to tell you, I don't like it. And that's, it's a classic now that I can reflect upon it. Thanks, Dad, for your disapproval. But that's what the whole list is about disapproval. And Dr. Ellis said in the chat earlier, I know this might be off topic, but who the fuck calls their child Tipper? Especially when her last name, her maiden name.
That's a good question.
Her maiden name is Over. That's why. Comedy jokes right there. But these are the same people that would come up to, and what was this? This will be the 25th year of the establishment of the ESRB. And these are people that had the same ties with the people in the RIAA. That would be over records and music. And this Parents Music Resource Center, this private little think tank of catty white bitches, just telling everybody else we don't like it. But there were a few people that showed up, and they slammed their balls down in front of a microphone, and that was Dee Snider and Frank Zappa and John Denver. Showed up.
John Denver.
And it was said that the Parents Music Resource Center were kind of glad he was there. They thought he would be on their side. And they were rather taken aback when he said the subject on the, what was it here? Actually had this down here. Opposing witness, John Denver. Strongly opposed to censorship of any kind in our society or anywhere else in the world. And that stems from getting a bad rap after writing Rocky Mountain High. So
in
yeah, you
Colorado.
know, there you don't piss off a musician. They can carry grudges forever, and they will write songs about you, and they will send those songs out to other people, and that's what Frank Zappa ended up doing with a remix of several snippets of the audio of these Senate hearings from '85. Frank Zappa meets the Mothers of Prevention. And I had some of that lined up later, and of course when that came up, it reminded me of things like what happened with Negative Land and the U2 album and any consequence that came after that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't want to go off on a crazy
Probably still paying
tangent.
that off.
But it was, here's the lasting legacy that one group at least got record producers to put stickers on every album. And, anything that the people that you had already signed to your submission, the people that aren't just under your thumb, but are just, they're whittling away, just sucking at every bit of it that they can get. And they're begging for it. They're begging for it. And you've got more than enough to spare. And you squeeze them out, and then they take a goofy photo, and then you say, "Oh yeah, but here, let's just remind everybody that this might not be okay for sweet, sweet babies."
How is Babby hear this?
But this entire time the show is being pumped into the other room, and Aster 6 has like the 7.1 surround sound speakers pointed right at her, and so the developing show host in utero will they're absorbing all of this, so they're hearing what other people have said they don't want them to hear first.
And that's important. We're bringing it to you first, live right here on Free Think Radio. Time for the show,
which is licensed. It's ASCAP licensed. And that's why we've been able to play all this copyrighted music, is because they actually get like a little cut from some royalty further down the line. Can't do that on YouTube. Nope. Can't do that on YouTube. But I'll do whatever I can, and we'll keep plugging away at that. But now we've got that's what I was getting into with the ESRB. Now you have a regulatory commission over video games. And this is something that in the great people's communist state of California, they've already pushed that you have a 5-foot from the floor clearance of any M-rated titles. So a kid isn't allowed to buy these games. But
also,
now
you have to put it farther up than he can
you
reach.
have to put it further up than they can reach or see it. So now it becomes this limited access kind of deal. And I don't know, it just seems like, well, when the older kid comes in and he walks up and he grabs it off the shelf at the GameStop along with his 45 other games that he's going to exchange for that game.
And he can reach the 5-foot mark because he's like 10 or whatever.
As a little kid, that would make me want nothing more than, well, I want that one. Because obviously the older kids like that one. They're going in for it, and they're telling me I can't have it. So is that like the only reason that I would play Sugar Walls Tonight by Sheena Easton is because that somebody told me
not to play it.
Not to play it, because somebody said that you need to be warned that there are objectionable materials at stake. And the criteria list for the PMRC credentials was, here, let me pull that back up. Sex, masturbation, violence, language, drug and or alcohol use, and the occult.
Oh,
so immediately, once you
occult.
get anytime you get a list that comes in and you see one of the references is to the occult.
Yeah.
Unless you've heard that somebody's outside with a sword and a baby, it's no longer worth any merit. There shouldn't be any time given to it whatsoever.
How sacrifice Babby?
If the occult is there, you're not going to stop them with a piece of legislation. You know? Well, every baby in America needs to be handed a scepter and a bag of dust.
Well, I mean, it worked with D&D.
They should be able, they
right?
need to be able to conjure up these things. But yeah, warning, you may summon the devil with this music. And that's obviously,
next thing you know,
and
devil's
that's the
standing
real
there.
reason that we played Sugar Walls, is because if you play Sugar Walls backwards, it comes out as a Puff Daddy song, oddly enough. But he summons Satan backwards in Sugar Walls. Look it up. Google it if you don't believe
Google
me.
it right now.
Also listed the entire album of self-titled, or same-titled, however you would put it, of the band Wasp.
Wasp, I think I remember, didn't they have a cameo appearance in that movie with Eddie Murphy and the child, the Indian child?
Beverly Hills Nachos.
Yeah, no, it was the one. You know what I'm talking about?
The one where he's working
Back
at the
in
7-Eleven and they come in and they're spilling Slurpees all over the floor.
Yeah, I thought they had like a cameo appearance as like a gang in that movie that had like kidnapped
The gang
a
of
child.
Wasp.
Yeah, it was like the monkey child or something, the golden child or something. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean,
You
it sounds
remember
like
that movie?
Three Ninjas. Didn't Wasp try to kidnap those little kids in Three Ninjas?
No, I
Whoa,
think you're
dude.
talking about Ninjago, Master of Spinjitzu.
How Spinjitzu can you? But yeah, the entire album. But listed on the list is Animal, parentheses, fuck like a beast. For sex, language, and violence. And now then I had to sit. I had to decide. You know, what's making the cut tonight? You know, what was
Wasp?
Walking
Really?
the Line?
Wasp?
1985, and you have Wasp,
Nice.
and then you have Vanity. So this is one that I didn't know. But I heard the song earlier, and I heard the first 10 seconds of the song, and I'm like, okay, that's one we're going to play over the radio. So here's Vanity with their cover of 20th Century Man called Strap On, Robbie Baby. We'll be right back.
You want some candy, little boy?
And we're back with more time for the show. So to all the guys thinking about wanking it to that song later on in the night when you're repeating off your TuneIn app, just dial it back there, go in the bathroom, just scrape a line on the back of the tank and just tear at it, little bit of information on Vanity, named Denise Katrina Matthews, born 59. She got her name from Prince while she was dating Rick James. And as you could probably tell by the song, it's obvious why Rick James was hanging out with her. But she found Jesus.
You know
It's
what?
okay.
She was a
found
cocaine
Jesus
girl
in
a
'92.
crack cocaine world.
Said she wasn't gonna. She had already been nude in Playboy 3 years prior. But she swore it off, and she found Jesus, and then she died of kidney failure about 9 years ago.
Even after a transplant, wasn't it?
Yeah, after due to kidney problems from her 10-year crack cocaine addiction. She
see,
suffered
this is what I've
from
always said, is that
sclerosing
crack fucks up your
encapsulating
kidneys.
peritonitis, a rare complication of a peritoneal dialysis, and died in Fremont, California. I tried to mess up
Fremont,
California,
yeah.
but that's as good as I could go. But Fremont, yeah.
Don't worry, they mess it up for
And
themselves.
they flew her down to Hawaii. She gets her ashes scattered in Hawaii. So who knows, on the next volcanic eruption, vanity will come rolling through your door.
Volcanic eruption, is that what you kids call it?
You know, well, it's a why? What did you call it back when you were all cool and stuff? You know, you were hip before me.
Whatever.
Oh no, I was just talking about volcanoes because it was Hawaii.
Yeah.
You were just tying that in because we were still on like doing coke in the bathroom off the back of the tank earlier.
Yeah. You know, or prostitute's ass, just as good. Doesn't have to be a bathroom. Could be anywhere, really. Could be behind the dumpster. I like how that you abstain
from saying
could
prostitute.
Could be underneath
and not
train tracks.
Whore. Well, whore.
That whore hanging out with
whore. Bring me the crack cocaine. I'm going to do it off of this whore's ass cork. Her ass
like
cork.
A boss. Yeah.
Ball it up. You know, it's the sweat. That's what keeps it on there.
Yeah.
You got to scare them. You really got to scare them because you need that. You need that prostitute sweat on the ass to be there just for a little adhesion of the crack cocaine to the surface. Don't light it though until you got them like positioned down. They need to be safe.
Yep.
Before you light it.
Yeah.
But then just inhale off of the ass cork.
Yeah.
Just lean down and you know it's like whistling but backwards.
Mm.
Just right there.
Yeah. I see. So
let the flame whip
that
the
doesn't
top.
sound too hard.
I'm sure there's probably a cool name for that move. We'll just call it. What do you got?
I don't even know what you would call that. I don't know what you would call that.
You've adhesed the crack cocaine to the whore's ass cheek, and you are going to reverse whistle it into your mouth as you hold an ignition source just above it. So it's crack whiffing, but it's like double crack whiffing. And it's whistling backwards.
Crack under
it's
crack.
Hoarding.
It's crack under crack.
Crack horting. It's like duck etouffee. One of the words I had to learn how to pronounce tonight was based off of the Miller test, which is a criteria for how the electronic software. First off, right there.
Electronic
software.
Yeah.
Ratings board or whatever it is. Is that what it is? No, it's the entertainment software. So it only has to be entertaining.
Okay.
It only has to be entertaining software. And so, yeah, we'll always be clear from that. You know, like if we put the time for the show, the game out, don't worry.
It's just for entertainment purposes.
No, it isn't.
We're not.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it can't be.
It's
for
not. Yeah,
purposes.
yeah. We aren't. It's not entertainment.
Yep.
You're not going to find pleasure in this.
Yeah, this is the instructional video of time for the show.
But it's a filter test. Are you familiar with a filter test?
Sounds familiar.
So it's the Miller test. The first prong of the fork is the average person applying contemporary community standards would find that the work taken as a whole appears to be prurient interest. All right, so the word itself is hard enough for me. I get these big chalky gums. Prurient. P-R-U-R-I-E-N-T. Prurient. Followed by interest. Prurient interest. I have the computer. The computer was going to tell me how to say it. Okay, computer? Okay, one more time.
Okay.
We will bring down the
she's in there somewhere.
That cranking. All right, let's try this. Computer?
Prurient.
There we go. And it couldn't even do it. It stuttered.
Yeah.
All right. P-R-U-R-I-E-N-T. Prurient.
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 It's a pure
Prurient.
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 Prurient. Well, anyway, do you even know what prurient persistence means?
No.
Well, it comes
I hope
from
you figured it out, though. I mean, it looks like you may have the definition.
now we're rolling. Now we go. Synonyms for prurient
Synonyms?
include titillating and lustful.
Ah.
Prurient.
Prurient. Like
Titillating. So boner. If you got a boner,
enticing.
is the first fork. Is what you're experiencing giving a boner?
An erection that may last more than 4 hours.
An erection that is
Like
unstoppable.
it may last 4 years of high school.
All right. Whether the work depicts or describes in a patently offensive way sexual conduct or excretory functions
Oh, excretory
specifically
functions
defined
too. For example,
by applicable
vomiting garbage
state law.
words out of your mouth.
So you have fuck, poo poo, shit, dirty cock talk, and you make that kind of fuck, pee pee, dirty cock talk,
Yeah.
and that makes somebody else have a boner.
Oh. Yeah. Oh,
It seems like
has
that
to
now.
do both.
So you're getting
the
a
guy
boner.
that likes the pee pee poo poo talk isn't necessarily the one that has to have the erection.
I mean, it's a community
Somebody else
standard.
could have an erection. Like if there's two people in the community
It's prurient
and one of them has an
to
erection.
community standards. This entire bit is just me trying to pronounce words. That's all this is. Have you picked up on that
Use your
yet?
words, Dr. Fox. Use your
The
words.
prurient interest of contemporary community standards in a patently offensive way specifically defined by applicable state law. And the third prong is whether the work taken as a whole lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value.
So absurdists need not apply.
Especially if it involves doo-doo pee-pees and gives people boners. So ban absurdism.
Basically, that's what I'm hearing
Or
here.
don't.
Ban absurdism.
Ban absurdism. We don't
Which
need
that's
that.
a
It's
shame,
obscene.
You know, I
The work
enjoy
is
absurdism.
considered obscene only if all three conditions are satisfied.
So, taking into
So you-
account
you-
the Sugar Walls song earlier,
You could say,
I could see
well,
it definitely give people a boner.
Okay, you got
Okay.
okay.
I can
Boner
see-
material. We know that.
Boner
We
material, that's
saw
true,
how
yeah.
the chat slowed down on that
But then,
song.
was there pee pee poo poo talk in that song?
According to the people that wrote the list, yes, there's like some pee pee poo poo talk, but it's
But
more
something tells
about.
me there really wasn't. It was
But
probably
it's more
just a
it's
simile.
more about like similes of pee pee poo poo, like places pee pee might come from, and it might not even come from there,
My
but just
wee-wee?
near it. Yeah,
So-
you have everyone wee wee, everyone wee wee go pee pee. That is correct.
That
Stop.
is correct. Thank you.
It's capitalizing in shame, and I'm not
Yes.
making a
Yeah.
dime off of it.
Exactly.
You know?
it'd be fine. You know, if we got like 3% of that rolling in.
Maybe that's what we have to do. You know, if you sign up, and we give you a book, and here's everything you're not allowed to enjoy, but you can enjoy it with
Because you
monetary
paid for it.
indulgences. Yeah, sign up a subscription plan.
So let me get this straight. Your philosophy here is that basically people should pay for porn?
It's not that they
Because
should.
I don't
Well,
think
they're
that's
always
gonna
paying
be
for
very
it.
popular.
They always pay for it spiritually, emotionally. They pay for it, just like Wasp paid for it. So here's Wasp with a song about something I'm sure is nothing less than wholesome. Wholesome.
Right here on Time for the Show.
Time for the show. Be right back. Bye bye.
Pictures of naked ladies lying on the beds. I was smelling a sweet convulsion. Starts to sweating inside my
You're listening to Time for the Show, a production of Hypercube Laboratories. This is a jaunty little jig through a forest of friendship, and I'm sharing it with these fine people. Come on, just pull up the names. There we go. Sort it. I'm behind friends. I'm sorry. But my friends this week are YBDobbs, Dr. Cosmac, Reverend Couch Sloth, Apostasy X Menord, Reverend Caller 23, Hazel of the Windmills, and Dr. Scalpod. They all donate like $5 to the show, or more. Some of them a lot more. You can be cool like them, and you can sign up, and you can be my friend. We'll be good friends. I'll be your best friend. At patreon.com/hypercube. Time for the show is also broadcast live on freethinkradio.com. That's Dr. Ellis and Martha Artha. Good people in the eyes of Bob. And we just hijack this stuff. We just hijack it. And in the studio tonight, there's other people.
Happens?
There's caller
Dr.
23
Fox?
is here, and then there's other random robots in and out of the facility.
Does it really matter how it happens?
It's a random robot. You need to speak into the microphone directly and loud.
Does it matter how
Yeah.
it happens?
It's almost like the louder you speak, the more we can hear.
You're getting better. Like literally, you got to be right up on it and talk right into it.
Get all into
Get up
that
on there.
microphone.
Take the wind thing off if you
So
want.
what you're saying is put this object in my mouth.
Basically, yeah, that's sounding a lot better.
Okay.
Take the wind thing off. Take the... And then say something loud. You got to say it loud. Say it proud. You got to stand up and be a
Because
member of
I
the...
am proud.
Yeah, you are. Wait, what are you?
Am I loud?
You're medium.
Not loud enough. You got to bring it up. I mean, the show is
Can
demanding.
we turn her up a little bit, Dr. Fox?
She's up.
She's up.
She's up.
I am up.
Okay, up and Adam. We got you now. Anyway, the show must go on. It turns out that the show goes on. Did you do the Patreons?
It keeps going. Yes, we just went through the Patreons for the week, which means we have like another. I think we have one more week of weeklies, and then a whole another month of monthlies, or a week of monthlies,
And the bonus content.
and bonus. Yeah, I gotta keep
You got
that.
weeklies. You got nooners.
Have to reach over into the HR file and send out an email for some content that I need.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
I understand there's some new hires that they've been interviewing, including Joe Rogan, putting in an official application, trying to make it official. And so he was thinking, actually, interestingly, you'd never guess whose resume showed up on the Hypercube receptionist's desk.
Who?
It was, what's his name? The Scottish, the newscaster, the Scoops.
Oh, Scoops wanted a job?
Yeah, Scoops. I don't know if if Pease knows about that or whatever, but Scoops' resume ended up on the desk in a pile of others. So,
I'm supporting communism.
yeah, and Scoops, he does have a personal connection already. He's looking good. He just has 3 or 4 more interviews to go.
Did you hear that? Leave peas alone.
Thank you, Pease.
That's RoboPeas. That's powering the new Show Rogan AI system. So we've got like Dr. Scalpod and I guess Dr. Cosmac in there too. They're loving the show tonight in the live chat. Isn't this? Yeah, this is so exciting. But if those guys want to get in on here, we got Reverend Caller 23 and other robots.
Some other robots.
I always wait for the robots to introduce themselves. But we could play a little. Is it a band? Chew up some of Dat Clock for a little bit.
You want to play? Is it a band?
Yeah, we could do that. Now, I was prepared to really just go on my own tonight. But if we've got one of those sexy hosts, and of course they're on the stream, so I have to start talking about it 20 seconds before I even expect some sort of response.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to come over here. So I'll look over at the chat room and be like, "Hey, they're looking. Yeah, everything's fine. It's a great time. We're loving the show. It's so much fun." What do you mean? Come in and do it?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What? I wasn't expecting to do anything tonight. So
Well, I
says,
mean, you bought
so
a
says a
ticket.
lot of people.
You bought a ticket, get a microphone. Come on into Discord.
Yeah, now
Just
he's
go to
beginning to respond.
Go to the website, timefortheshow.com, and click on the Discord button.
Yeah,
Come-
just
come on in.
bring your greasy buns on in here, and you can play Is It a Band too. In fact, I have already added a new a chat room in the Discord listing for Is It a Band, because I get asked a lot, hey, where do I submit the band names? So now I'm just there you
Yeah,
go.
although
There's
it turns out you
there's a
can't
place to do
submit
it.
them publicly like that. You should really private message it to
Oh,
Scalpod
it doesn't
or
matter.
Cosmac.
It doesn't matter.
No, because, well,
I
yeah,
won't look
it doesn't
them
matter.
up.
I won't look at it.
I won't
Yeah,
look them
it's-
up.
It's a gentleman's game.
Yeah, at this point. What few there are between us. Dr. Scalpod is in the room, and Pease is officially AFK. That's official. That was the
AFK.
beep boops that you guys heard just a second ago. Because, every time I restart the computer, I have to go back in and disable notifications. Because, that's just, thank you, Discord. You're great. No wonder it's free.
Thanks for remembering.
Why
that
would anyone pay
preference.
for it? Dr. Scalpod, are you there? Oh, I know what it is. He probably can't hear because of that garbage.
Scalpod,
Now-
are you there?
Dr. Scalpod. Dr. Scalpod, are you there?
Paging Dr.
Dr.
Scalpod.
Dr. Scalpod, are you there?
Will you please report
Dr.
to the
Scalpod.
communications
Just looking for
telephone
Dr.
in the
Scalpod.
red
If we can just get a little bit
lounge?
of Dr. Scalpod up in this business. So now,
Scalpa boy,
now wait
boy.
20 more minutes, and he'll come back around.
Yep.
This is good radio.
What you do is you really try to set up a situation where
And he's gone.
as few people talk as possible. It sounds like he may be having some technical difficulty.
Again,
So
that's
is
why
when-
it's free.
This is when you turn on the magic mouth thing here and just start vomiting all over the microphone and start
I've been
talking
vomiting
about things.
vehemently.
So this would be the
Projectile
best
vomiting.
time to stick
And
the
YBDobbs
microphone
is
in
here.
my
Hello,
mouth.
YBDobbs.
Hello.
Hey, Fox, how's it going?
Well,
how's it going, caller?
Can't
Scalpod?
you
Yes.
tell how great it's going? Man, this show, a mile a minute. Scalpod says he's having no difficulties.
Oh, well,
But I'm calling out. I'm like, where you at? Where you at, bro? Come represent. And we're constantly told that nobody
this
can
is my
hear
favorite
us.
part. The sound
Nobody can
check
hear us in here.
during the show is the best part. in
And
my
he's
opinion.
restarting Discord, live on the air.
live or
So
dead.
how many
on the
robots
air.
do we have tonight?
We've got.
I'm at least one.
There's an ancillary robot. There is a robot present.
I am the most robust robot.
The robust robot. That's correct.
The master.
Robust robot, okay.
Okay.
Good, very good.
El Robusto.
Yep. There is another robot, but I saw him crawling into one of the ventilation ducts in the hallway earlier, so I don't know if he's coming back.
Hi, Scalpod.
There he is, just peeking in.
Is he there,
Just
Scalpod?
Just looking for him. Just looking. Come here, Scalpod. Come here. Come on over here. It's okay. They're really. I mean, there's no reason to pressure at any point any other aspect of the show other than it's on.
Oh, it's
on.
definitely on, and it's
And
it's
and we're
pouring straight
laying
into your ear
down
holes.
on it. It's
I'm
pulling the skin on my thumbnails back.
You remember in Hamlet how that guy was poisoned? Somebody poured poison in his ear. That's basically what we're trying to do here. Is just it's an artistic thing where we're trying to bring the arts to you.
But we've developed a spray.
Gorilla style, yeah, and we'll just poison
We
your ear.
cannot hear you.
We'll just dump this garbage right
Cannot hear
into it
you,
right
Scott.
now, and then if you
I'm
just
currently
keep,
still trying to learn how to use a microphone.
yeah, you just need to talk in your radio voice. You gotta basically.
Which is
Hello.
pressing it as hard as possible.
Welcome
against
everybody
louder
to
than that.
Time for the Show.
Here, let me adjust your voice
It's a
circuits
great
here. Let me
time.
just. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this screwdriver, and I think I've got a multi-tool over here. I'm just gonna adjust these voice circuits, and we're gonna make it so that you can talk louder. Are you ready? Tell me when it stops tickling.
Can you hear me now?
Right about there.
I
Actually,
think this
yeah.
is good, so
A little
I
bit
just
more.
need to up my own volume.
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah,
Ah,
we can
maybe
adjust
I
our own.
learned.
Yep.
Up your own.
Up there.
Up my own. Absolutely.
Looking
It's
good,
Dr.
looking
Scalpod.
Salutations, mutations. Beep, boop, boop, beep. Beep boop.
So, yeah, Dr. Scalpod resident, he's not a robot. Not a robot.
That's correct.
But
Scalpod,
but
not
a
robot.
real Scalpod.
I'm a robot. We have to be careful with pronunciations. You can call me Kraka all day long, but no hard R's.
Okay. We'll put that on the whiteboard of all the other...
Yeah.
Man, we got all these prefixes and suffixes and just...
Yeah.
We're losing a lot here. We're losing a lot. And it's
Tough to
adding
keep
up.
track.
I'm going to have to get a whole other board.
Yeah, I know.
But,
There's just too
and I've
many
got the
nowadays.
string
There's too
theory
many.
board next
You
to
know,
that. I should really just
yeah.
start... Man,
Just
maybe
trying to keep TLAs
start
straight.
running the string theory into the cuss words.
Mm.
Probably get somewhere with that one. Well, YBDobbs, did you would you like to play Is It a Band with us tonight?
Absolutely, Fox. That sounds like some kind of fun right there.
Oh boy, man, it is the most fun that I've ever
It's
had.
the most
Some
fun
kind of fun.
that you've ever dreamt of having.
So this week, Dr. Scalpod, for anybody listening for the first time, and God forbid, look at what you've done now.
Yeah.
Dr.
You're
Scalpod
welcome.
or Dr. Cosmac will have a list of theoretical band names, and you can submit band names. Like I said earlier, timefortheshow.com. Go to the just put it in the room. You can message Scalpod, you can message Cosmac, but why do that? Just put it in the room.
Yeah, we won't look.
I'm not
promise.
gonna look. I'm not gonna look. It would
I'll
ruin the
I'll
integrity.
never
Look
check
them
that
up.
room.
I don't. Why? Yeah, I want to cheat at the game that doesn't matter. Look at me. I'm so much further ahead. But yeah, I'm not even worried about scores or anything anymore. I think it's just time for just playing
It's time
some
for the game. Yeah.
And we'll
Now
let
we're
our.
about scores.
I'll go first just because I'm the
That's
host.
because you're winning. 'Cause
And,
now that your competitor is gone, you're officially the champion.
Yeah, I guess. And look at what it got me. I'm so much
That's right.
further ahead than I ever could
know,
have hoped to
Dr.
have
He
Fox,
been.
goes unpunished.
You really should have just played tonight by yourself so that you guarantee your own win no matter how many questions it took. You'd get to 3 eventually.
Like I
and
said,
then you'd
yeah.
have 6,
I got-
and
I
then
got-
you'd be ahead of
That's a
everyone.
winning attitude.
basically.
No,
You'd be in solid
notice
first
place. That
place.
he quit when we had tied for like the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
was feeling the heat.
Mm-hmm. It was on him, burning down
Well,
that
for
neck. That's
several
what I
weeks
do.
Now the hosts have been in the show hold. But it's been all guests.
Well, we kept adding
Except
more
for
and
the
more
winners.
people, and then the game. It's
Yeah, it
easier.
turns out
the
other
more
people can play.
the,
How
mother,
many-
the more
now
people
who's
that
playing
play, the
tonight?
longer the game goes, or the shorter the
Who's-
game goes.
who's-
Usually, the more people we have playing.
That's true. Everyone has to
That's true.
squeeze it in.
So now who's officially playing tonight? Who do we have? We have Fox.
Dr. Fox.
That's me.
All right. We have now caller. Are you playing it for yourself?
Don't ask him that. Why would you ask him that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm playing
You're just
for myself.
playing for
I mean,
yourself
YBDobbs
now.
is already here.
Do yourself a favor, caller, and play
Yeah,
for
I'll just do it.
yourself.
I'll do it for
You
myself.
should.
Yeah.
You've been winning
Absolutely.
for everybody else.
How
Yeah.
have you, how have
I'm
you
going to
not
pull
learned
into,
not to
I'm gonna
ask
pull
him those
into
kinds of
third
questions?
place here. I'm going to do it. Tonight's my night.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull into 3rd place.
We have YBDobbs.
I feel-
Is YBDobbs competing?
Yes, sir.
He's
Yes,
a point
sir.
on the board.
Thank you, caller.
And Dr. Robust Robot is over. I'm behind the Hypercube
I can try to get up
cubicle.
there.
But yeah, get up
Yeah,
onto
if you
that
win,
Guest
then
board.
you
robot
get
is
your
playing.
name on the
Now
list.
who's the guest robot?
I am Robust Robot.
Robust robot. Okay, I'll put in robust.
There you
I just
go.
need a name.
Sounds
Any
good
name.
to me.
It doesn't
It's in there. It's
Doesn't have
locked
to be
in.
Google.
Robot.
We have.
I still have those.
Locked in, yep.
Yeah,
Come on.
suck it. Still got
We got
those.
Fox, caller, YBDobbs, robust. Anyone else?
I think that's it for tonight.
I've been hearing Peas, but it's Robo Peas, right? I mean, he's not really here.
Yeah, no, that's...
I don't know. Is
well,
Peas? Are you there?
Because I like whippets too.
No, I guess.
of course
Yeah,
he does.
Peas.
Sounds like it. Sounds
There's
Is
just
that
a-
nitrous
whippet.
freight train kicking your ass yet?
Hey, Peas. Dr. Scalpod's here.
Max Commando!
Thank you, Peas.
I mean, it's arguable
80,
whether...
please make like just big red and black buttons for yes and no. That's really that's really the only ones I need are just yes and no. All right, so yeah, let's fire this off. Round
Okay.
1. Can I remember the bell?
Round-
I got the bell.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
Muscle memory.
Getting there.
Round 1. Hypothetical band name is The Altered Boys.
That one's
ALTERED, the Altered Boys.
that one always seems like an obvious one. You know, plays on Catholicism. It's just come on, and and I would hope that they would have like frocks on. Like it's probably some like post-punk band from Encino, California. But they've got like their art gig on it. They have songs like Father Don't Go, Oh, 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 Oh. I'm going to say yes, it's a band.
We have a yes from Dok Faux. Caller, lock it in.
It's locked in.
You're sure it's locked in now?
It's locked in.
Okay.
Oh, it's locked.
It's double locked.
Double locked.
It's double locked.
We are only one ball away from activating multi-ball at this point, so...
That's true. That's true. Beetlejuice. No, I don't know. Altered Boys, it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm inclined, I always like to go with my heart. And on this one, my heart is telling me yes.
Please
it's probably,
stop! Please stop!
Please stop! Yeah, I don't have a reason or an explanation for it or anything. I'm just gonna go with. I know that it's been used out there, somewhere. There's someone that thought that was funny that
and that's
wasn't
all that matters in
a
this game.
victim of sexual
all
abuse.
That matters.
They just were poking fun at it or something.
You don't have to like the band.
I don't have to like them. Yeah, I don't. They don't have to be good. But
Nope.
I'm going to go with yes.
Okay.
It's a band.
Yes. We have a yes from caller. Lock it in.
It's locked in.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Fox.
Perfect. YBDobbs. Say ye.
Okay, honestly, I thought it might be... Okay, I was thinking it could be two different kinds of bands. One band that probably exists and one band that doesn't exist, and I'm not sure which one this band is. It's either a California surf rock psychedelic Latino outfit playing off the Catholicism thing, I guess. And I think that's probably the band. But I don't know if Altered Boys, the ska goth band from Alabama, is the band. But they both seem... You know what? No, yeah, I'm just gonna say yes because I would see the Altered Boys.
You don't have to assume their genre. You just have to decide whether it's a band or not.
Their genre.
No, if they're artists, they're just it's creation. But it's a band. It's a band.
Okay.
I would see that band at Coachella or wherever they play in California.
Fair enough. That's an affirmative. Lock it in.
He's,
Sorry, I was
They
vaping.
needed the key there.
I was vaping. I was too far away from the lock.
Production priorities.
It comes and goes.
Thanks. And now, finally, we have arrived
Other
at
people are talking. I can stop
the
focusing for a
mesmerizing,
second.
robust.
All right, so I can see the Altered Boys up on stage dressed as females. So I'm going to say, yeah, they are definitely a
interesting.
band.
Just
where
run
you're
off.
going with that.
So what, did everybody say yes?
Yeah, it turns out maybe
So-
we
so
all
that
got a
was a
point,
yes.
maybe we didn't. But
It
which
feels
does
like an
matter.
obvious one. So let's go for. Hold on. Okay, it's locked
That's
in.
locked in.
Locked in. Yeses from everybody. Okay. Well, you're all going to be quite happy to know that you're all right. You're all
We're all 1
tied.
point
I mean,
closer.
it's as if we didn't even play around, but
Well, it's the
It'll
thing is
happen.
the game is the first to 3, and so you still have to record this point because it's a question that you got right. So it
This is
does
true.
still
You could
count.
just drop behind.
The rules always
if it
seem
comes down to
negotiable,
if everybody gets the
depending on
next
how
one.
much time is left in the clock.
I
that's
have
true.
That seems what
I'm
is
giving you
working, and
one.
I'm going to focus more on that.
Hey, I'm on the board, right?
You're on the board.
Sweet, that's all that
multipliers,
matters.
judge's discretion.
All right, so shall we move on to round 2?
Round 2.
Oh, I gotta win.
I'm getting better.
The second hypothetical band name is Barbara's Bush.
Sweet Christ!
All
All right, okay. Who came up with the last one?
The first one was mine.
Okay.
That was a scalpod.
All right, so I guess I'll
Yes,
ask
I
you
will
after.
not reveal the submitters until after.
Until
Yes, yes.
after, then I'll ask
Appreciate
you
that,
because
you
I
know.
want to know.
I can't believe we have to talk about it.
I want to know.
I want people to know. I want credit and blame where it's due.
Barbara's Bush.
Barbara's Bush.
Man. Now this would just be a group of chicks all dressed as dudes, like they're in pantsuits, and like during the middle of the set, like the lead guitarist,
They stop and they start clearing brush on the stage.
like goes and runs over a guy. They just run over him like 3 or 4 times live on stage, and then they play the rest of the set like nothing happened. It's art. It's not obscene. It's failing at the Miller test. It's
The
art.
ESRB has no problem.
I'm sorry, but
commercial
GameStop must carry Barbara's Bush, and therefore
or else you're discriminating against.
And keep it 5 feet above the ground.
5 feet above the bush.
You're going to have to keep it 5 feet below the ground at this point.
Keep Barbara's Bush in
I'm
the
gonna
cookie
say
jar.
I'm gonna say yes. It is a band.
Okay.
Locked in.
It's locked in.
Wait, so what did you say it was?
I said yeah.
He's positive.
Huh.
What do you think, caller?
Well, see, here's my feeling on this one. Again, because I go based on feeling alone.
Sure.
But it just
all intuition.
Yeah. Well,
Shoot
there
from the
is a
gut.
little bit of logic this time. I think my intuition tells me that this was probably a band, but that it existed before the internet was so popular, and so they probably never even had a MySpace or anything.
They had an Angel Fire page.
Yeah, at
hosted
most,
on
yeah,
tripod.
At most, yeah. So I'm actually going to go with no, even though I feel like
Sign
it
up
is a
for my
band.
Yahoo.
No,
It
but
is
no,
a band, but
remember, it's whether they are a band or ever have been a band.
That
but are you going to
find.
be able to find it on the
Yeah.
internet? I just don't think. I
It's
think it's
more
a
like if they
technical
have
no.
a single on Bandcamp, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You know,
know,
if you
but
upload
Bandcamp,
something on
I mean, how many
SoundCloud,
years has
I'll
that
take
been
your
around?
AOL.members-only.com
for
Well, the question
so,
is whoever's
and you don't even have a
initiating
tape
the
single
game.
to
What
go
if
with
it's in
it.
the Internet
How hard did they
Archive?
search?
What can you wait? Do
I
you
mean,
way
how
back
deep
to
Yeah,
see
and
these
then
band
really
names?
those are
How far back
recipes.
are we gonna go?
I just don't feel like Googling Barbara's Bush is something I'd want to do.
I already did.
You don't
I'm
want that in
holding
your
off.
search results?
Already, yeah, clearing my browser history as we speak. I'm kidding. I don't ever do that. You deserve what you find in there.
He publishes it once a week.
Always make sure to keep one folder on your desktop labeled porn, not
Yeah.
porn, just label it porn, and
This
just
show is the public area.
and just
of
put
his
copies
browser
of this
history.
show in that folder.
Ear porn.
And leave it for your friends to find.
Oral
leave it for
sex.
Sweetie Dearest the next time
Some
she goes
curious
snooping
exhibits.
through your emails. Who is Jamal 193724, and why is he giving you $1 million?
Now, baby, I tried to
Caller,
explain this to you.
Come on, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm still sticking with my guns. I think it was a band, but you probably couldn't find it on the internet because they're from the 80s.
Okay, so for the purposes of the game, your answer is
No.
Negatron.
Correct.
Okay,
I locked it in.
Got it,
For
got it.
God's sakes.
it's locked. You're locked at this point. YBDobbs?
All right, so I think that this is not a band, and here's why. There's a group in town that already goes by the name Kate's Bush, and I think they maybe considered Barbara's Bush, and they passed, and they went with a different timely reference, and I guess a different cultural reference too. They're having, different group of people entirely. Very creative.
Yeah, of course they're referring to Kate Middleton.
That's obvious.
Yeah, she was the one who flew over the English Channel.
Contemporary.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
putting you down for a no.
Correct, sir.
Lock it in.
I got that one.
Robust?
Barbara's Bush.
Oh, damn.
You've heard the boys and all of their
Lighting up in
rambling.
the chat room.
I'm
Thank you,
gonna
Elvis
say
Martini.
no.
Jesus Christ.
No. We have a no from Robust.
Is that a cheat?
Dok Faux was the only Dok Faux was the only one who went for this one. And as such, Dok Faux will be the only one scoring a point.
Oh!
Very
Yowza.
Okay, we'll go with twist. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh. Somebody's coming up on that bird. Where are you going? No, don't go in there. That's forbidden. Oh my God. Everybody get out of the show. He's
Run.
making a break for it. Oh, man.
That one came
That
to us
was
care
terrible.
of our good friend Rev 80.
Okay, that's done now. I gotta be really careful where I rest my beer. I'll start a radio play. But that's great. Now the machine can do time for the show for me.
That's been the idea the whole time. You know?
I've needed that.
We're going to get this show optimized.
So yeah, two for me.
applicants.
Everybody else is
Everybody else is
replicant
Fox is
with
off
one.
to a blazing lead. So again, that one came to us care of Reverend 80.
Thank you, Reverend 80. That's one applause loop for
One
Reverend
loop.
80.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part about that applause loop is? All of those people are dead. Every
All of
single
these,
one of the
all
people,
of these MIDI
We can only
people
hope.
are dead.
yeah, they're all literally, like, all of the applause and laughter and stuff that got recorded for all of this Foley, all those people are dead by now.
Are you familiar with the Mellotron? This was a it's a laughter mixtape
Generator,
machine.
yeah.
It had a bunch of carts that you would load in, and this was back
exactly.
in the 50s. It was really reels of these people, and you could pull on the hearty guffaw pin to just put the right amount. A terrifying
Just
piece
mix
of
it together,
machinery when
yeah.
you think about it,
As
especially
opposed to
for
the
its
music
design
genre.
Literally,
purpose
it's a nightmare
of
machine.
misleading people at home that what they're
Hey, don't
watching
harsh
is
the Mellotron.
entertaining. Who would ever do that? All right, let's do round 3.
Round 3. And the hypothetical band name in question is Above Average Americans.
Now we're talking. Now it's
We are
professional
talking.
level.
This much is known.
Oh man.
Above
It's AAA.
average
So
Americans.
first off, this is the first
AAA.
band you're going to find in the phone book.
Yep.
Above average Americans. See, well, first off, they're going to turn off so many of their listeners with such a pretentious title. You know, you're already eliminating most of the voter base. That's rough. AAA, above average. Did you go see Above Average Americans? I was worried they wouldn't meet my expectations. You know?
That's right.
I'm going to say no. Not a band.
Not a band.
That's the no.
Okay. That's the no lock.
I need.
Good.
Now
It's
I need
locked in.
a
You need
yes and a
distinctive
no.
locking sounds. Okay. Caller?
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of feel the same way that, with the AAA initials, and it does kind of seem sort of snooty. So, yeah, I mean, if someone was that name or whatever, it wouldn't have worked out. They would have changed something else. I'm going to go not a band.
Not a band.
It's the no sound now.
Yeah.
It sounds red.
No.
Locking in that no
Sharp
Knee.
angled.
Knee.
Nice.
YB
Yeah, we need a
Dobbs.
knee. We need a knee emoji.
I'm
But
working
not a
on it.
hyper knee. No hyper knee. YBDobbs.
Yes. Okay. I think Above Average Americans is a band because it like has so much of like a more of a positive spin on the like punk music that I'm sure that they're playing. It's wholesome somehow. It's got to be a band. It's marketable. I mean, I get the AAA title is like maybe pretentious, but it's white folks or something like that. It's good.
Yeah.
This is white
No,
folks.
no prejudice here. No, this is a equal opportunity.
Give them your money.
It's not above
because
average,
they
it's good.
That's right.
It's better.
Good is
Okay.
two less syllables. Than
So what did you
above
say?
average.
Yes or no?
That
It
sounded
is-
like a yes to me.
It is a band, and
That's
yes.
that's a wholehearted yes. Okay. Robust?
My thought process, above average Americans. I mean, where are you going to go other than America? So I'm going to say no.
No. Okay. So we have a no from Fox. a no from everyone except for YBDobbs. Okay.
Time for my comeback.
Tabulating the results
Time
here.
for the reveal. And the answer is that Above Average Americans is not a band.
What?
But it was.
If they
it
were,
was
they'd
a
put a
great
lot of
submission
tomatoes
that
along
came
it.
to us from Hazel of the Windmills.
Thank you,
So-
Hazel of the Windmills.
Bring it.
And with that, Dok Faux has won.
Oh, first to three.
Yeah.
Again, with it,
Caller-
no,
caller
stop
and
before we get.
robust.
Yeah, it's gonna sing the bird and
Came
shoot
in
the guy again.
second place with 2 points each. Competitive. YBDobbs.
Not
dragging out
bad,
the rear.
not bad. Yeah, there you go. There's a little chew,
Fell off his horse
chew
right out
off
of the
that
gate.
clock for you. Well, thank you,
Can't
YBDobbs,
win 'em all.
for playing
Well
along,
played,
and
exactly.
Dr.
Well
Scalpon
played,
for
everyone. Good
providing.
game.
Yeah, good game all around. Thanks for the band names, and thank you for submitting band names, Hazel and Reverend 80. So we're gonna take a quick song break. Come back. Breaking down on that last half hour, this combo, the song She Bop by Cyndi Lauper. Now, I could have just played She Bop by Cyndi Lauper, but how about a censorship double whammy? Here's She Bop performed by Guar. You're listening to Time for the Show. We'll be right back. And we're back with Time for the Show. That was 20th Century Man by Frank Zappa. I'm Dr. Fox. We have a robust robot and Caller 23 here in the studio with us tonight, floating around over in the Discord. Here's Scalpod and YBDobbs. Jump in here. So, winding down, I was going to talk about what I did today. And that was ingest psychoactive substances and go watch a movie about video game monsters.
Yeah, actually,
bouncing
that's
around.
something I wanted to talk to you about,
Nice.
Dr. Fox. I heard that when I got an invitation to this show, what I heard, like the hook was that you promised me that we were going to disentangle the complex and secret mysteries of the Pokémon Go app on a Motorola RAZR phone plugged directly into the wall using the cord from a box fan. And further, you promised that we were going to snort some of the, what is it, like magic stardust or something?
The Stardust.
Stardust,
Space
yeah.
dust.
We all know
Space
it's not for the
dust.
game. It's for you. It's your reward for winning.
You
so
get it,
hard.
yeah, it comes out from the game.
Yeah, there's like a dispenser on the bottom of your
Take
phone.
one whiff with every catch.
Yep. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta grab most of them.
Or some of them.
Or kill me. Catch all these Pokemans or kill me.
So did you see the movie?
I did, yeah, I went and saw a Pokemon movie.
Nice.
As it was
Nice.
intended to, on copious amounts of drugs.
Yep.
And it was the hyper realistic
had in mind.
fantasy world that was meeting expectations. Because you have to go in when you're taking drugs and going to children's movies. You know, you have to
then it's a Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, now I went on a Monday.
Yeah. Well, then it's a
while
Monday.
school is
Yeah.
still in session.
I only do drugs and go
it
to
seemed
children's
that everybody
animation
else
movies
in the
on
theater
days.
was also sharing those ideas.
I see.
It seemed that most everybody in that theater, because there were only like 10 people there,
Yeah,
were
it's-
also enjoying the movie on.
and let me guess, the
a couple of
average
different
person that was there,
psychological levels.
A little bit hefty, kind of greasy and smells bad, sitting by himself.
Did you
No,
get
my wife
free
was with me.
Pokemon cards?
I brought my wife came with me.
I see.
Yeah, we were playing Pokemon cards during the movie, and some guy kept turning around and like, "Can you stop flipping that coin?" And And I was like,
is that how
man,
you play? Is there a coin?
Yeah, come on. You don't even know?
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you have
I
to flip the
literally
coin.
actually just don't know. Yeah.
You know, if it lands heads up, you do 20 damage points, man.
Oh yeah. And
Come on. If it's tails, you
they
lose.
Cast a magic
You
spell
lose
or
every
something.
time.
Yeah.
My
Anyway, I was
double-sided
reading.
Pokemon Gold. But yeah, you told me you were reading on something earlier.
Yeah, it
And I
turns
think
out
the
because other
Stardust that
people
you guys are referring to is actually Moonstone.
Yes.
Moonstone.
Fresh ground moonstone.
Moonstone.
Yeah.
And you use
Sounds
that. Use that moonstone. Inhale it outside of the cave in Fuchsia City. Use the moonstone there.
Use the moonstone there.
Because they won't find you.
Yeah,
they
the cops don't go
won't
out
find
that
you.
late.
But Team Rocket will find you. They know when that moonstone is getting dusted
Oh, you're on
up.
Team Rocket, exactly.
Absolutely. Are you
Yeah.
kidding? The only people in like the Pokemon world that seem to have any kind of fun is the bad guy in any cartoon series. We have to be just and fight for valor and honor. And I'm like, I just want more Pokemans, and I want to tell everybody what to do with them.
Yeah,
kind of the
exactly.
whole point.
That's
Yeah.
the point of the game.
It's control the world through subservience and domination and slavery and
Everything
cockfighting.
makes so much more sense.
And
now.
cockfighting.
And cockfighting.
Because you're a trainer.
Yeah, it's a sport.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah,
trainer.
somehow, like,
I go to a gym.
ethically
Or a
acceptable
breeder.
somehow because you're a trainer.
Yeah.
Leave those Pikachus alone.
No, seriously though, I
made
was
the wrong
reading an
joke.
article. I was reading an article in what was it? Nature Human Behavior.
Oh yeah,
recently.
I've got one of those in the bathroom.
Yeah, I may
It's
have
mopping
actually been
up a
taking care of
stain.
some business here. Yeah. Anyway, what it says is that basically, like, there's a special place in your brain that stores Pokemon information. Like, if you grew up playing the game, then it was a survey of
It's
like
not-
a bunch
it's not
of
a
people
part
that
of your
played
brain
when they
in
were
a
like
special
7 to
person.
10 years old.
But it is a special part of everyone's brain.
It's not part of everyone's though. That's what they
well,
showed.
yeah,
is that
if they played
Pokemon as a kid, and then you're going through these series of random images, and then a Pokemon image shows up, then your brain lights up in this spot. Whereas for regular people that didn't play
Is it
Pokemon,
like an endorphin rush every time that you see a Pokemon?
Yeah, it probably is. You come just
you're
a little
pumping
bit,
out more
just a little.
adrenochrome.
Yeah, adrenochrome. Yeah, exactly. And doing
You know,
like doing it right there.
I took
like an
melanin
animal,
to
like
help
a
me go to
fucking
sleep,
animal
but
off
all
the
I ended
floor.
up with was dark dreams.
Anyway, so yeah, it turns out that a new area of the brain is being set aside by Mother Nature, specifically
Just for Nintendos.
Pokemans.
For
all of the
Pokemon
Pokemans or
specifically.
whatever. I mean, I actually have some of the abstract right here. They're like, we show. I'm sorry.
Clear your throat. Yeah, come on.
We showed not only that adults who have Pokemon experiences demonstrate distinct distributed cortical responses to Pokemon, but also that the experienced retinal eccentricity during childhood can predict the locus of Pokemon responses in adulthood. These data demonstrate that inherent functional representations in the visual cortex, retinal eccentricity, combined with consistent viewing behavior of particular stimuli during childhood, results in a shared functional topography in adulthood. So basically, like, you guys are fucking mutants. You're animals.
It's the millennial advantage. You're just all upset because you're going to get left behind. You know,
That's true.
Jesus is
Actually,
going to
that's
come down, and
probably
that's
true. Yeah.
that's how you're going to have to get into heaven. Is you're going to have to know all 397 Pokemon.
I'm going to have to play the right cards at the right
Is that
time.
what Project Bluebeam is all about?
Yeah, they meet up in the desert.
6,000
and they
Pokemon players are going to be selected.
That's
to
not to
get
be
into
confused
heaven.
with Operation Red Bean, which was basically held over in the Korean supermarket every weekend, and they played Magic the Gathering. This is a totally different level of cover-up and conspiracy.
Oh yeah, this is a different world. This is a different dimension of cover-up.
I didn't realize
and
the two different
conspiracy.
versions of Pokemon were so, like, different. That's cool.
Well, you put
I
them.
wonder, if the blue version does that to your brain or not.
Yeah, it's only yeah, you've been left behind if you
test was
if you didn't
something
play the
about
right
apparently
one.
there's
That's
some
what that's
original
where it
group.
came down into. It was like it was chance because they put out the red ones and they put out the blue ones, and then all the kids that got the red ones, they got all the right beta waves from the screen, so it made sense to them, and they were able to,
That's right.
to make that
I think I
neocortex
remember
lining
that.
together. But
That
if you
was
played
actually
the
an old
blue one,
program that Cobra
you
Commander
just ended
had
up
going.
like you were a loser.
I didn't get anywhere after Pokemon Yellow. I just couldn't do it.
This is getting into dangerous territory
Wait,
where
were
we
there
could begin
actual
start
colors?
talking about Pokemans.
Pokemans.
The Pokemans, yeah.
That's what they are.
Because I watched a movie about it. They're not stopping. This stuff is
I
still
guess
going.
not. Yeah, it's still
They're
making
going to
still
make
money.
more
going.
of these.
Making
Oh,
tons
it's
of
still
money.
in theaters.
I can only hope so. I mean, it's only been 23 years of the same game
Really?
being released over and over and over again. But hey, look now! This time, this guy is
Yeah,
blue,
but-
and he can
but you're a
he can
trainer.
fart gold. But yeah, you got to catch them
That's
all.
pretty special power.
You hear there's another 372 Pokemon. You
That's a
dole
lot
out.
of,
You
baseball
dole
cards I gotta
out.
collect. Yep.
You go pick them up, and you sit there in your corner, and you wait, and you'll
And
take
you literally
you'll take
catch 'em all.
that Game Boy to school with you, but you know that you don't
You'll
have the
take it
balls.
to your day job.
You don't have the balls. You don't take it to a day job because you're an adult. If you have a day job,
Yeah, Nintendo
why would
is
you
for
have?
kids.
Why would you have a video game
Oh.
if you're an adult? That doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
What adult ever plays a video
Adults
game? You're
don't
right.
I've
play
never
video
played
games.
Children's toys.
For
Toys
children.
R Us went out of business already.
Exactly. They couldn't keep
Exactly.
up. You know,
No.
There
there's
just aren't
more
as many
kids than
kids
there
in the
are
world.
anybody else at this point. That's a true fact. There's more kids
Wow.
now
There's
than
more
there
kids
ever
alive
been.
now than
And they're
total
playing,
number of
and they're
people that
all
have
playing
ever existed.
Pokemon, and they're all advancing their brains to levels that we're never going to be able to catch up with.
You're never going to catch them
Because
all.
you didn't know to take the Moonstone outside the cave in Viridian
At
City
midnight.
at midnight on a Thursday and water a plant. You didn't know. You didn't know. They did.
No one
Now
told
I bet
me.
you're sorry.
And you bought a player's guide to figure that out, but they knew. They knew.
Intuitively.
Yep. And that's what I'm getting at. There's a divide today between people that Pokemon and people that didn't. It's a real thing, and at least we're learning how to analyze and categorize you people.
He put
We're
a
going to have
roofie in my
glasses
drink
like
one
in that
time.
movie They Live. We put on glasses, and you can see a Pokemon player through the glasses. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Are you? Oh, you were a Pokemon
I've
player?
never had this
I
phenomenon.
was a Pokemon player.
Oh, really? I see. I'm starting to feel
I am the
kind of
player
surrounded
Pokemon.
here in the Hypercube. I'm wondering how many other Pokemon players are around
I
here.
think everybody is just an official
Except me.
endorsee of children's products for babies because I remember Pokemans. I remember Pokemans.
So was there like 50 Pokemans?
Now,
Because I think they were saying
okay.
something in the journal article.
Yeah,
that
there
it was
were
like
there were
was like 50
51.
Pokemans.
There were 51. That's all of them.
So
and then-
if you want to catch them all, you just need
You need one
for
week a
every
year.
state
You,
plus
you,
the
need,
District
you need
of
both
Columbia.
kinds of beams to catch all of them, don't you?
Yeah, you need magic beans, and then you need the poison beans, and you throw the magic beans out, and they become accustomed to the magic inside. You know the magic, that's fantastic magic, and then you throw the poison bean out, and then they eat that bean, and then they go into like a comatose state, and then you apply
Wait, we're literally
advanced
talking about
technology.
cartoon beans.
Cartoon beans. I'm a human being.
You are a human being.
If the Pokemon you remember was in a white van,
And he's like, "Come catch
did he-
me."
yeah, and he
I've
had
got candy.
beans.
Oh man, I really didn't play actually.
Free rares. Free rares. We got them. Come get them. They're in the back.
Hey, kid, you want a Charizard?
That just sounds like something that would get
Sounds
a
like
kid.
something that's
You
happened
want to
before.
come check out my Squirtle? You want to come see? You want to take a look at my big wet Blastoise?
I'm calling the police.
Check out the hydro
I got a Cubone.
pump.
I got a Cubone for you.
You see how everyone's talking about Pokemon except for you, Reverend Caller?
Yeah, no,
Don't you
I
feel
remember-
like we've made it to
No,
the next level of the show now?
I played some Pokemon, actually.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
So what I did
Mine was
is,
Tipper Gore.
They made an app. Like, you remember they made like a Pokemon Go app?
Like for a game?
Yeah, and I totally played that. And
That was
like,
a Pokemon I didn't play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just for plebes,
Yeah,
bruh.
we used to go walk around.
Check
the
out
lake
this
and,
guy. Check out this big Pokey Bobby over here, everybody. Just thinking he
I
knows
literally
what's
am.
cool.
I can't believe you're
Yeah,
defending it
I've
with
played
a serious
Pokemon Go. I've
for
played
like a week,
Pokemon
and for
Go
like 2
for
weeks,
like
it
a
was
whole
awesome.
day or two,
Didn't
and I
people
caught.
die playing that or
yeah.
something?
So, I remember up in Chicago, a couple people got mugged because they were staring at their phones.
Let me pick up that city name you just dropped.
Oh,
I thought somebody got shot in the back in like San Francisco or something like that playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, you
But
know.
what do I know?
I
What
want
I
that
know about
Pidgey.
playing
Give me
Pokemon
that
Go
Pidgey.
is that when I was out there playing Pokemon Go when it got released, it was like that was the kind of civilization that I want to live in. People were nice. You'd be walking, you'd pass people on the sidewalk, and they're like, "Oh, hey, there's a Squirtle over here," or something. They're like telling you, talking. People are actually like human freaking beings for a second. And it's like, man, I really wouldn't mind living in a society like this, where we were all playing Pokemon Go. Because it actually seems a lot nicer than the world was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
or
just,
what it
you have
devolved
to put
into
the same
2
thing
weeks
on
after that.
everybody's phone. Because
So
as
you
they're walking
developed
around
humanity.
staring at it, that's what's
Yeah,
really
we're
going
all
to do it.
We all get the same propaganda. I
Yeah,
agree.
everybody
That's
gets
what
the
we
same
need.
Pokemon
thing.
Go and then you walk
Gotta
off cliff.
catch 'em all. Make it stop. Pokemon.
Did you catch them all? Serious question. Asking for a friend. Did you actually catch them all?
I would often go to the mall to catch them with friends. Yeah.
Oh, now it's fess up time.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the fess up.
Uh-oh.
Who went out in
Who
Pokemon
did
Go?
this?
Go to Pokemaniacs, the store. Well, actually, is that a new store, or did they have that back in the day?
Back in the day.
Back in the day, like
I'm gonna head on down
a decade
to
and a half ago.
Pokemaniacs.
Yeah. Back
I'm
in
just
the day
gonna-
when I'm gonna go down to Radio Shack.
Hey girl, take them clothes off so I can catch a Pikachu.
Dag. yo.
Yeah.
Dag.
In fact, take all of those clothes off and hang in there for Mary Jane Girls in My House. It's a 4-minute song. And when we come back, somebody's got some apologies to be making. Listening to Time for the Show. We'll be right back. Gotta listen to it all. And that is the end of this week's Censored Music Playlist. Now,
I'm supporting communism.
we know, Peas, and
Thank you, Peas.
there's things that we do on the show, and we try to support each other. But we're
We
probably
try to
gonna-
hold each other's hands.
pat
and
there's a lot of that. Here in the
time.
studio, there's a lot of caressing. There's a lot of empathy. There's a lot of sympathy that lies around in the studio. There's support. We work together for that. And it sometimes you just end up with like a maple syrup auger wedged into your artery, and you're just dripping out every little bit you got. Because coming up with shows,
sweet syrup.
It's a duty. It's a
chore.
You gotta shore for that chore. For the time for the shore.
You gotta pack that chore right up in there. Just pack it in tight. Get some fresh chore in there. Just jam it in. Get like 2-3 rocks on top. Fucking golden. Just rocks and chore.
Well, I guess it's up to me now.
You've got a lot to apologize for, Dr. Fox.
I apologize for a lot of things. Actually, no, I don't. I really don't apologize for anything. And some people say, well, maybe that's something that's worth apologizing for. Maybe you could start making up for the things that you've done and haven't done. Promises broken, relationships shattered, computer time wasted.
Millicycle after
And I have to sum it up. I have to reach in to my ventricles and scrape underneath all of that. Just that putty that has been building up for so long. And I say, I'm sorry, me, that I haven't stuck to it the way I wanted to stick to it. Much like this heart of mine is also barely sticking with it. And I look at the degraded, shambling husk of a man that I never even was or could have even aspired to be. Just a sad, worthless, despicable hunk of slime, sitting, not even upright, just barely at an arch. Just a greasy microphone, week after week, trying to write, Miller Test approved jokes, because it's art. It's art, and I want to apologize for saying the A word, but sometimes you gotta just pull your feet up behind your head and gape just a little bit more and remind everybody that there's always a little bit more room. And there's so much more room! And I could feel the brittle edges of the unsanded, barely tapered ends of disgusting materials that are constantly forced into various parts of my anatomy. And then I say to myself, when it comes to apologizing for anything else other than just trying to pull a little bit more and just fit just a smidge more in, and you pull apart and you bleed and you scream as every passing moment is like straddling a big 2-piece razor, and you sit spitting like a crunchy soft serve cone underneath a spigot at a Dairy Queen, and you feel inside that you're gonna make it one more full 360 degrees before you're able to even justify pulling off the curly Q on the top of the cone. This is what it means. This is what it means to do time for the show. It's gaping, it's bleeding, it's spinning, it's scraping. And I say, why? Why do I even fathom to continue with such a ludicrous act of self-harm and denigration? And then you sit there and you wait, you want to time stuff to music, and it doesn't work out because you should have rehearsed it. You didn't write it down. You just wallow in that spinning, bleeding self-loathing and realize that it has gotten you this far, so you might as well just keep spinning. So I apologize to myself for this show.
Thank you, Dr. Fox.
Oh, you're
That was
welcome.
well
I'm glad
put.
that- I'm glad that
was
went
well
through.
put. So I agree with you. You know, when you're in your moment of, when you're in the nadir of your artistic life, then hey, there's only one way to go, and it's up, 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 up,
and in. I'm Dr. Fox. In the studio with me tonight, caller 23, YBDobbs, and scalpod on the Discord, and Reverend Rusty Lobot. Robust Robot. And appearances by others throughout the evening. Thanks for listening to Time for the Show, production of HypercubeLaboratory.com. Please subscribe at TimeForTheShow.com and remind me that I owe you at least one more. Visit the Patreon.com/Hypercube. Thanks again to FreeThinkRadio.com. I'm out of here.